Good morning and welcome to Presence of Light with Charlie Riverman Bergeron here on Humanity Healing on Friday at 10 a.m. every week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. I see people are starting to arrive. It looks like Facebook Live is working. You may notice the barrenness of my background. There has been some rearranging in my life, and it includes rearranging of the physical things in my sacred space as well. So today's talk is Gifts of the Spirit. And as Spirit calls to us, we are embracing a time of great change and moving things both within us and around us into a better alignment as we move forward in our evolution, our spiritual evolution, as well as our physical and genetic evolution as a collective species here on planet Earth. So thank you for showing up. Today's talk is Gifts of the Spirit. Morning, Anita. And the quote is, "Within you there is an amazing gift." And that I want you to think about is, what is the amazing gift of spirit within you? As we look around the world, we see that there are many people who are becoming extremely distressed to the point of hoarding materials concerning this coronavirus that's going on, of separating into small groups and arming themselves, if you will, against this unseeable foe, which is not new to humanity. The parts of the coronavirus system in itself have been here for thousands of years. I think 8,000 years before the Christian era. Viruses are a part of our human reality. Yes, they kill us, we die, yet in the process we also evolve. Our immune system evolves and starts to regenerate us as a stronger species. I don't want to talk about that today, but I want to bring it up as part of the background of why we need to tap into the gifts of spirit. And yes, there are many gifts, and each one of us have them. So as I see more people arriving, wonderful, thank you. Good morning, Samantha. Glad you got on. I'm glad you friended me on Facebook. Thank you. I don't realize a lot of things that happen in the technology. Good morning, Margaret. So when technology starts to mess up our lives, again, remember that we are in control of technology, even though it may act up on us and create havoc. So the card today is this beautiful card, Gifts of the Spirit, from Eleanor von Linden in her Sacred Meditation Cards package. And the affirmation, or the message for this today is, I live in harmony and love. And the affirmations refer to these statements. I feel the blessings of Creator. I open my life to the all-powerful. And so here you have billions of stars and colliding and forming great massive energies in our universe. And not unlike the greater universe, so too do we have all of that going on within us at a very microcosmic level. This physical vehicle is really a cosmos that transforms in milliseconds. And so we can't see it and we can't feel it, but is part of the spiritual being that we are. And that's what I want us to look at and to tap into this week, is where is the spirit I am showing up? I believe it was last week or the week before I talked about a threshold that we were crossing and a doorway that we seemed to be going through. This is all relative and it's all progressive in this process. So too as we see the world around us and the chaos and the suffering. I certainly send my prayers of healing to those who are sick, to those who are living in fear and living with pain. No matter what we do, that is not comfortable. I myself am going through a severe stretch of sciatica. My beloved has Parkinson's. All of these things all of a sudden come down on us. And they're very powerful to take our attention and focus and make us feel very small, very insignificant, very, very unpowerful. We are not. We are not. So, as I said, I open my life to the all-powerful, and that's spirit. And the card that followed that I pulled was from Mia Leventhal's Soul Inspiration Message Cards by Kalia. Wonderful deck that you can find on Etsy or and her card is let's see if I can get it up there. There we go. I forgive, I release, I am in peace. And Mia has some wonderful writings that she writes daily, weekly, whatever, talking about these struggles that we go through. Because she goes through them, I go through them, you go through them. And she just comes from her heart and brings these messages forth for all of us to realize that we're not alone in this, that this is not something that is just specifically targeting you, or it's not something in your particular life that you've done wrong. It's just happening as part of our evolutionary process. So these powerful messages are really teaching us that we are powerful as well as we move forward in our human journey. Not our spiritual journey. Our spiritual journey is self-contained. It is aligned with the totality of creation. What happens here in the third dimension affects the third dimensional part of ourselves, not the spiritual part of ourselves. So when we think of the gifts of spirit, we think spirit is somewhere else and bringing things to us. And the truth is, we are spirit. Our perfect nature is spirit. It's spirit that's housed in this physical body, on this physical planet, in this physical universe. Think about that. We are spirit. Yes, there are many spirits that we communicate with, that we think of, that we channel, that others bring forward. They're all us. It's all us. presenting ourselves to each other in ways that encourage us to be more than we are in this moment, and to not forget that we are more than we think we are in this moment. So as we look around us, there's great upheaval everywhere. So many forms, bringing them to a place of fearfulness. And there are so many being challenged now with suffering and helplessness. It's hard to sometimes focus. I'm dropping things. Focus on positive aspects of where we're going as a collective community. And if any of you are feeling that or realizing that in your own life, that you're succumbing to fear and impatience and frustration and all of those emotional challenges, know that everyone on this planet is experiencing it in some way, shape, or manner. It's not targeting you specifically. It's the process of evolution, of how do we metamorphically change from one structure to another. So it's almost it's the evolution of everything on this planet. Plants evolve, trees evolve, spirits evolve, viruses evolve. All of this is part of our evolution. However, as I say, we truly are the gifts of spirit. And that's today's topic. We're beautiful and amazing beings of peace, light, and love. So I pulled a Kuan Yin card. You know, that's one of my favorite decks, and it's called Reveal the Peacock Beauty. And Kuan Yin is sitting here and just delicately playing with her harp. That's what it is, or lyre, whatever you want to call it. And the message is really about the beauty of the peacock, which in reference is the beauty of who and what we are. I'm not seeing many comments on the side. Please do if you will. I don't know if there's a problem with Facebook today or not, but we'll continue because I do like to see you on the sidelines. The beauty of the peacock, this is the reading, the beauty of the peacock is breathtaking, with stunning lush color unfolding in graceful and proud display. You too are a great beauty, beloved. Within you resides a glorious being of beautiful light with an ability to create as your divine birthright. I want to repeat that. Within you resides a glorious divine being of light with the ability to create as your divine birthright. The Peacock Beauty speaks to you of your creative energies rising to sublime, inspired new levels as you are accessing the power of your throat chakra for higher creation. Your intentions, decisions, and particularly your words are becoming more powerful. Enjoy the wise use of this growing creative potency to express the beauty within you, asking for divine blessing on all your plans, projects, and words. The message is so encouraging right now in this time of what we would perceive as a darkness, a pall on all of humanity and all of nature, all of the planet Earth. Enjoy the wise use of this growing creative potency to express the beauty within you, asking for divine blessing on all your plans, projects, and words. I want you to note how Kuan Yin is encouraging us to embrace within the darkest moments our powerful ability to create through our throat chakra, through our speech, through what we say. How does what we say and what we speak of align? How deeply does it align with our heart chakra? Not our mind. How does our speech relate to our heart chakra? Are we speaking the truth of our hearts? I want you to think about that this week. What is beautiful to your heart? What brings you a sense of balance and harmony? And we'll put this in the notes on the sideline here. Okay. These questions that I'm asking. And can you surrender to the universe? Can you embrace patience and follow your intuition? The key to all of those questions and your desires is really to let go of fear. It's fear that is the greatest wall of darkness that we face. We as humans perceive what we see and hear and embrace with our five senses, all of which are interpreted through the mind, which has been programmed to respond. And if you look at your television sets and your news streams, you realize that they're no longer just stating the facts of things. They're actually encouraging you to think in certain ways, to respond in certain ways. And as you do that, they're collecting information on what sets you into fear, what you like, what you don't like, and they're mapping every human behavior in order to better control humanity. This is where we've come to. And what happens is we've become fearful, not in the sense of we're fearful of what's going on around us, but our greatest fear is to truly step into our divine spirit self and fully express it. Can you feel that? Can you feel that within you and know that this is done so subtly that it's hard to believe that we can fall for it, that we are being definitely challenged to step into our divine spirit self. And we're actually being programmed to forget it even exists. What we're going through right now is a form of liberation. This is the threshold. I think when I talked about the threshold before, this is the threshold we have crossed. It's not something that's going to happen. It's not something in the future. It's happening right now. we're in the process of liberating ourselves from conscious control and the control of our consciousness. And how do we do that? How do we let go of what seems so threatening in the world to us? I'm not going to repeat what they are again. We all know what we feel threatened by in this global environment, and there's no reason that we shouldn't feel threatened by it, because it's powerful. But it's really only as powerful as we allow it to be within our spirit self. This is today's message. What are your gifts of spirit telling you? We think of spirits as others and others around us. But your spirit, I'm spirit. This is the living force, the really true living force of humanity. And we're gifted with these amazing minds which can calculate and teach and create in so many ways. And for so many hundreds, thousands of years, it has been misused and used to abuse us, not guide us and help us. This is the threshold. How do we cross this threshold and bring forth the gifts of spirit from our hearts? I have a small book. It's called Who Am I? By Bhagwan Sri Ravana Maharshi. And it's a very simple book of his writings. I don't believe he did many writings, and it's just 16 pages. Last page. The last numbered statement is, what is liberation? And as he expressed it, it's inquiring into the nature of one's self that is in bondage, and realizing one's true nature is liberation. I'm going to put that in the post as well here. Looks like Facebook may be having problems with people posting, etc. So we'll have to catch you later. But I want you to think about that, about liberating yourself, and how you can do that at a level which aligns with your heart, aligns with who you truly are, the spirit being, the spirit self. Not so much the human self. The human self will follow the spirit. We're not here as humans to allow the spirit to follow us. We are spirit. And the human physicality has to relearn how to honor the spirit once again, the spirit that we are. So with that said, and a few minutes left, the still voice you've heard me read from this, the White Eagle Book of Meditation. And it's written by the Great White Brotherhood, or it came through, I can't remember her name, but anyway, it's from their foundation. And there's one section in here, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's called Surrender to God's Love. And this is what we're really doing right now, is we are surrendering to what we understand as the word God. There are many different religions that teach us of different gods, of similar gods, of powerful ones, of weak ones, of good ones, of bad ones. But the concept is always the same. It's a creator force. It's the force of creation. How do we surrender to creation's love? How do we tap into that to light the fires within our heart that will bring forth the words and the concepts that bring us together and transmute all of the negativity, all of the distrust, all of the hatred, all of the anger, all of the pain, all of the suffering. We are the vehicles through which that power comes. And if it's blocked, and if it's held in prison through fear, we become less potent in our own evolution, and we give away our power to those who want to use that, not for us, but against us, to keep us imprisoned in a world of thoughts and patterns that are destroying not only humanity, but destroying the planet. So, reading from this, there is no need for you to feel overburdened, fearful, or sad. It is only the lower mind which is irked and frustrated by conditions. The earthly mind is the enemy of the spirit, but you are learning that the spirit must be your master. If you think of these words, you will realize that your master is your spirit. And your own spirit is a part of the divine master, the Son of God. Mastery over yourself and over your life can only grow and develop in you by your obedience to the divine law of love. As you seek the light by giving love and gentleness and kindness, so you will find the light. The light is life. And as you hear me talk many times, when I came back from my death experience was peace, light, and love. And how you want to envision that is your choice. I don't need to explain what I experienced. My purpose is to live it, to live peace, to live light, and to live love as best I can in this physical, human bodysuit. I encourage you all to open your hearts, enter into your hearts, find that voice which wants to rise from your heart and express itself to the world as the Spirit, the beautiful Holy Spirit that you really are. And bring it forth to encourage others to leave these realms of fear and pain and suffering and enter into worlds of comfort and expressions of kindness and compassion. The world needs your compassion right now. And I know you have it because I know who you are. I'm complete. Thank you for listening to my channeling, or whatever you want to call it, my messages that come from my heart up through my throat and my mouth to encourage you to love each other, love yourself, and let's move through this quickly. Human life and planet Earth's life is too precious to be dilly-dallying about. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I am you. You are me. Together, we are unity. Till next week, think about these things. Think about those questions of what brings you a sense of balance and harmony. And bring them out to be seen by all of us. Thank you very much for being here with me. Enjoy your week, and know I'm found wherever I'm found. Facebook, my blog, all of those places. It's my purpose to continue to share what words come through me, and to enlighten and uplift as many as I possibly can before I leave this plane. Blessings. Thank you for showing up, and have a great week. May the spirit of everything rise from within you.